Here we are. This is going to be a review of my 2025 KTM 300 XC. I mean, really, who don't like the sound of a good running 300 two-stroke? Yeah. Okay, so here we have it, my 2025 KTM 300 XC. This is going to be my 6-month review, although it's been closer to 7 months since I've had the bike. Before this, I had a 2020 300 XC. Great bike. I put close to 200 hours on it. Never had a bit of problem. Rebuild it one time. Regular maintenance, everything, not a problem. So in 2025, I decided to go ahead and upgrade, get another 300, and this is the bike. Great price at the time. $9,500 out the door, and since then they've even had them cheaper. I've seen them as low as $89.95. Dealership down in Oregon, where this is where I bought it, down in Oregon. Yeah. So, what I'm going to go through, some of my upgrades. Okay, I really like the seat concept seat. This is the tall seat. I'm about 6'2". This really helps the ergonomics. And along with that, car park foot pegs. And these were back 10 millimeters and down 10 millimeters. So really a nice thing to have, especially if you're a taller person. Bars, I really haven't done anything with that. I do have a stiffer spring in here. It's a 5.2. I think stock is 4.6 with gear, probably around 245. I'm still running the stock springs in the front forks, so that's something I'll probably definitely upgrade a little bit later on. And I do got a Pro Circuit Type 296 muffler on here. Forest Service approved. This actually helps power a little bit, which is really nice. And the only other upgrade I got on here is I went 2 teeth up in the rear sprocket because lately I've been doing a lot of trail riding. Okay, and I'm gonna go on the likes. One of the likes I really like in this bike is the power. You've got a choice of either metal or progressive right here in the switch. Trails, almost exclusively I use the mellow. If I'm on a motocross track or faster trails, I'll put it to aggressive. And you can really tell the difference. It makes a big difference. I like the chassis on this bike. In 25, they softened things up a little bit. They put some more gussets around the rear shock, which really seemed to help a lot. Somebody in my ability probably really can't tell too much difference, but it seemed like it's really a comfortable chassis. Ergos on this bike after I put the taller seat and the lower foot pegs really helped a lot. For a taller rider, you can move around a lot on it. Very comfortable bike. The bike also has a very light, flickable feel, which is really nice. So those are my likes. Any dislikes, and there's not a lot. Probably my main dislike is this on and off switch. They've had this since 23. You can upgrade. There's several companies that make the old style switch with your start switch on opposite sides. I might do it later, but actually you do get used to it. Gearing. When I first got this bike, I was using it pretty much for trails. It was just geared a little bit tall. I thought there was a pretty good spacing between second and third, so I went from a 48 to a 50, and that really seemed to close things up a little bit. And another thing I will say, without the seat concept seat and the pegs, definitely had a cramped feel to it. So, you know, just if you're a taller rider, you're going to expect to do some upgrades to get your ergonomics right. Besides that, I really haven't had any dislikes. It feels really similar to my 2020 300 XC. Power definitely in the progressive is better than what my TPI bikes were. These TBI really run clean too. It definitely runs cleaner. than the TPI bike, which is really nice. You know, I think this bike, the XCs in particular, are probably better suited to the faster trails, motocross, desert riding. Yeah, I take it on tight trails all the time, and it does well. I think the XCW would probably work a little bit better. They're a little bit less horsepower, and they're more oriented towards trails. But I just think versatility, the XC wins hands down. Anyway, that's about all I can really think of right now. Oh, one more of that two-stroke.